Elon Musk is by far the billionaire with the most favorable public perception. From his memes to his trolls, over the years, Elon Musk has built up a reputation for being relatable, empathetic, and most importantly, human. But within the last month, Elon's persona crumbled over a single tweet. Don't get me wrong here, 80 to 90% of fanboys don't feel any different towards Elon. However, a solid 10 to 20% have completely flipped on their one savior, citing that they feel betrayed. So, here's how a simple tweet tarnished a reputation built over decades. Taking a look back, Elon's fiasco with Bitcoin started about a year ago in the summer of 2020. Before that, he did share his thoughts on podcasts here and there, but this is when he actually got involved with the crypto community. In July of 2020, Elon Musk tweeted a meme showing Dogecoin overtaking the global financial system. While this was just a meme, this was the first indication that Elon Musk was paying attention to the crypto space, and that he saw its potential to overtake the traditional financial system. His next tweet about crypto came in December of 2020, where he posted a meme that illustrated that the temptation of Bitcoin was irresistible. He quickly followed up with a reply to Ben Mesrick, agreeing that he'd never turn down getting paid in Bitcoin again. This reply is especially ironic, considering what would eventually transpire. Anyway, all of this hype would eventually peak on February 9th of 2021, when Tesla announced that they not only bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, but also that they would accept Bitcoin as a payment very soon. This was actually an extremely controversial decision. On the internet, all we saw was fanboys praising Elon Musk and Tesla for supporting Bitcoin. But behind the scenes, Wall Street was not pleased by any means. Traditional Wall Street investors like Gary Black, who is a former Goldman Sachs executive, sold all of their Tesla stock right after the announcement from Tesla. Over the next month, Tesla stock would sell off from the mid-800s down to the mid-500s, and Tesla has been unable to really break past 700 ever since. Despite the sell-off, it seemed like Elon Musk was leaning even more into the crypto community. On March 24, 2021, Elon tweeted that Tesla would not convert the Bitcoin they receive into fiat currency. This was a very bold move. Here's the thing, by this point, many companies had started to accept Bitcoin and various cryptos as payment. But the move was generally a PR move intended to draw attention to the company, as opposed to a genuine belief in the technology. Most of these companies would convert the crypto to fiat currency as soon as they received it. Tesla's choice to not convert their Bitcoin really showcased their belief in crypto long term. With that being said though, we're not sure how many people even bought Teslas using Bitcoin. So, the choice to keep the Bitcoin they receive as Bitcoin was likely not that big of a decision financially. In terms of principle though, this was massive. Throughout April and early May, Musk's involvement in the crypto space would peak. Elon would tweet about Dogecoin left and right, and he would even mention Dogecoin several times on Saturday Night Live. Considering all of this positive energy, Elon's tweet on May 12th was a stab from the back for many. On May 12, 2021, Elon would announce that Tesla would no longer accept Bitcoin as payment, citing Bitcoin's high energy consumption. Elon did confirm that Tesla will not sell any of their Bitcoin, but that doesn't mean that Tesla didn't already reduce their Bitcoin holdings. When Elon made this tweet, Bitcoin had already stagnated for a couple of months in the 50 to 60k range. Momentum was slowing down, and Elon's tweet caused Bitcoin to drop to the low 50k range. This U-turn itself put off many of Elon's fans, but Elon's subsequent effect on the Bitcoin price would really seal the deal. On May 16, 2021, Elon agreed with a tweet that suggested that it would not be surprising to see Tesla sell their entire Bitcoin position. This was the final straw. The fear that Tesla may have sold all of their Bitcoin and that other institutions may follow caused Bitcoin investors to panic sell. Within hours, Bitcoin crashed from 50k to the low 40k range. China would build off of this fear and pump out some fearful news right after, and this would cause Bitcoin to crash to just under 30k. Since then, Bitcoin has ping-ponged between 30 and 40k, meaning that people who invested in the 50 to 60k range lost upwards of 50% of their entire investment. And virtually all of these individuals blamed Elon. Now, in reality, Bitcoin had stagnated for months, and it was just looking for a reason to correct. Unfortunately for Elon, he became the catalyst that pushed Bitcoin over the edge. At this point, it likely would have been a great idea to stay quiet and let things cool down, but Elon would continue to tweet. On June 3, 2021, he would tweet Bitcoin and a heartbreak emoji. By now, fans were fed up with Elon's tweets about Bitcoin, and many would lash back. Here's some of the top replies. You've already lost all respect. Just go away. No! I was just about 10% from breaking even, and now the crypto market has crashed again. Why do you do this to us? Elon, I put my trust in you. Tesla, heartbreak. At first glance, it seems like a bunch of Elon fanboys are butthurt because they bought Bitcoin at the top and lost money hand over fist. But I don't actually think losing money is the primary reason fans lashed out at Elon. I mean, these guys lose money diamond handing all the time. I think the primary reason fans were put off is because Elon was no longer perceived as one of us. Until then, it seemed like Elon was on the side of the retailers. He trashed on short-selling hedge funds, he supported decentralized finance, and he led retailers to believe that he would hodl Bitcoin. If Elon simply outlined some drawbacks to Bitcoin and Bitcoin crashed, I don't think people would have been that mad as long as Elon was still holding the line. Or, in other words, as long as Elon was still invested. The main factor that pushed people over the edge is the idea that Elon pumped up Bitcoin on the backs of retail investors and then dumped it at the very top. Now, we don't actually know if Elon did sell Tesla's Bitcoin at the top, but at this point, it no longer matters. Whether Tesla sold their Bitcoin or not, Elon has already been singled out as not being one of us. And this root belief has led fanboys to question everything about Elon Musk, starting with his tweeting. For a long time, fanboys believed that Elon was simply another guy just like them, tweeting about his thoughts. But now, many are starting to question if Elon's tweeting has more to do with a desire for attention. Did Elon ever actually believe in crypto and GameStop? Or did he just want to be on the good side of retail investors? Personally, I think it was always a combination of both. One of the main reasons Elon even started a Twitter was to promote his companies, which didn't have that much money to market themselves. To successfully promote your companies, you obviously have to draw attention to yourself while also being on the good side of retail investors. As SpaceX and Tesla have grown to a much better financial position, however, Elon has become more relaxed with his tweeting, simply tweeting his thoughts about hot topics. At first, retailers completely ignored the marketing aspect of Elon's Twitter, but now that Elon's an evil billionaire, that's all they talk about. Aside from questioning his tweets, fanboys have started to question his intentions altogether. Is Elon truly attempting to push forward humanity? Or does he just have a savior complex? I mean, Elon has made it clear in the past that he's not trying to be anyone's savior. He's just trying to work on something that makes him excited about the future.
But I want to be clear, I'm not trying to be anyone's savior. That is not the... I'm just trying to think about the future and not be sad.
It's really as simple as that, and it's always been as simple as that. But fanboys had hyped up Elon to be some fearless humanity warrior for years, and now that perception is crumbling. Now that Elon's intentions are in question, all of his past actions are in question as well. Why was Elon working Tesla employees 100 hours per week? Did Elon actually have a hard childhood like he claims? Why have so many Tesla executives quit? Did Elon screw over the founders of Tesla? So many questions have come up which have brought Elon's integrity and morality into question. But all of these questions are completely irrelevant because they're nothing new. And that brings me on to my final and most important reason fans are starting to turn on Musk, which is that superfans have ignored when convenient for years. Yes, Elon is an extremely strict boss that works his employees extremely hard. SpaceX and Tesla were startups within industries that are nearly impossible to break into. So there's really no alternative to working to the bone. And yes, Elon did not found Tesla, and he eventually had major issues with the founders. And yes, the founders did in fact sue him. But this information has been public for years. I mean, the lawsuit was literally filed in 2009. However, superfans chose to ignore it when they were making 200% on Tesla stock in a single month. And what about all of Elon's manipulations upwards? People clearly got pissed off when an Elon tweet crashed Bitcoin. But what about when an Elon tweet shot up GameStop over 100% overnight? And what about the time that Elon pumped Dogecoin from a nameless meme coin that was not even worth a penny to 40 cents today? It looks like none of them cared when he manipulated the market upwards. So why is it any different when the same thing happens downwards? Clearly, people have just been ignoring his actions when they benefit them. At the end of the day, Elon Musk has always been the same guy. He's a brilliant engineer and a masterful businessman who's working on projects that he finds meaningful. Recently, fanboys hyped him up to be some anti-establishment Tony Stark humanity savior that is flawless. But that's not who Elon Musk ever was, and one of his recent tweets has crumbled this fake persona. This has left many fanboys feeling betrayed by a character that Elon Musk never was, and that's really quite a shame. Personally though, I'm glad that this went down, as it introduces balance and healthy skepticism to what was originally irrational exuberance. Let's not let this go too far though, as though Elon Musk is not a savior, he is a leading visionary, and nothing can change that. Do you guys think the recent downturn in Elon's support is healthy? Comment that down below. Also, drop a like if you guys thought this video explained the controversy well. And of course, consider joining our Discord community to suggest future video ideas, and to consider subscribing to see more questions logically answered. But until then, I'm Hori, and I'll see you guys on the next one.